harassing you. I'm simply conducting an investigation. I don't want to violate your rights. I have rights, you have rights.
The guy was from the business.
Okay.
And I don't know because I just got here. Were you on their property?
I would know your name and that kind of thing. But, so are you aware that in the state of Kentucky, if you're in operational control of this vehicle and an officer asks you to identify yourself, you're required to do that?
Welcome to Mr. White, the place where real encounters between law enforcement and the people unfold before your eyes. A gloomy morning in Knoxville, Tennessee, home to nearly 200,000 residents and the third largest cultural hub in the state. An ordinary citizen is asked to show ID simply for standing near a tattoo shop and filming from a public sidewalk. No crime, no warrant, yet pressure builds from law enforcement. Captured by the public photography channel, the encounter sparks a critical question. Is standing in a public space without breaking the law enough for police to demand your identity? Traveling west to Los Angeles, the most populous county in the US with over 10 million residents, a traffic officer from the LA County Sheriff's Department issues a speeding ticket to a driver who was going exactly 60 miles per hour, the posted limit. No radar, no evidence, just a one-sided accusation. The Clif channel records the entire confrontation. Emotional but calm, firm but lawful. In Hartford County, Game Buster immerses us in a tense roommate dispute where police pressure a citizen to hand over ID despite no clear indication of a crime. And in McKee, Kentucky, a tiny town with fewer than 1,000 people, the channel cop tries to violate civil rights documents a father being detained over a vague report of a child allegedly running naked with no evidence, no victim, and no suspect. 4 locations, 4 confrontations, 1 unifying issue: ID refusal. Visit the original channels to watch the full footage, and don't forget to subscribe to Mr. White's channel to spread legal awareness, share your own stories, and stand up for your rights. Drop a comment below. What would you do in these situations?
Here he comes, first contact. Hello.
What's going on today?
How much? How are you?
Nothing. Just here to answer a call. So you're not in trouble. You're not doing anything wrong.
Okay, thanks.
Just don't want you to be worried about me being here. That's all.
I can promise you I'm not worried at all.
Okay.
I'm not scared. I'm not nervous.
All right. Well.
I definitely haven't done anything wrong.
All right. Well.
So I don't know why you say that. That's weird.
A lot of people get nervous when I walk up to them. That's all it is.
Okay. Sure.
What's your name, buddy? What's your name?
Why do you need my name?
Because they are formally trespassing you from their property. You are not on their property currently.
Right.
This is saying is that going forward, you are no longer ever allowed to be on their property. Okay?
Okay.
And all I'm doing is document.
I don't need to go on their property, so we don't have to do that.
I do have to do that.
Okay. So is your body cam on?
It is.
Okay. Are you demanding my ID?
Yes.
Have I committed a crime?
You are being formally...
Have I committed a crime? What crime have I committed for you to demand my ID? I think we're going to have a problem. You probably should get somebody out here. It's not the way the trespass law works. I have not been on their property, right? I'm not going to give you my name. I'm not going to show you my ID. I'm in a public space, standing here. Can I get your name and badge number?
My name's Officer Burkhoff. Badge number 2390.
Okay.
I have no problem giving that to you.
I mean, is it not your policy? Is it not your policy to give at least one of those? Your department policy? You're supposed
Department policy to get both of them. And
okay.
Well, then, it wouldn't matter to me either way.
I don't know why you would say that.
I don't understand why you're out here filming this business. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it.
Okay.
I said I don't understand, just like you don't understand the things that I'm saying. So, we're on the same page.
I mean, it's not about being on the same page. I'm I'm in public, right? I haven't been on their property, right? Correct?
They can trespass you without you entering their property.
I don't know if that. But I haven't committed a crime, though. Whether they say this or that, me, this guy right here in front of you, has not committed any crimes.
I already told you that, didn't I?
I know, but you're demanding my ID. That's where we have a problem.
Yes, because I have to be able to track who we have notified that they are not allowed on
You've notified me. How about good citizen?
No, because if they call on you,
can I identify as good citizen?
No.
I can't?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Okay. I guess you never heard of that. Are you new? Well, I haven't committed any crimes, and I can identify as good citizen if I want to. So I'm in public. That's 3. What do you got? You gonna violate my rights?
I'm gonna wait for my supervisor.
Go ahead. I asked you to get somebody out here before you started asking all these questions. Before we got here, so trying to get. Maybe we should just get educated real quick. You can't demand someone's ID for standing in public, whatever a business owner says. Do you work for them or do you work for the public?
I work for everybody.
Okay, so whose side are you on? Whose side are you on then? Whose side are you on?
I'm on the side of the public.
Okay, well the public hasn't committed any crimes, but you're demanding their ID. Is that not a violation of my rights?
No.
Whoa! Okay. Thank God I'm recording this.
I haven't forced you to do anything, so.
You're demanding my ID.
I haven't forced you to do anything.
But it's the verbiage. That's where you're not getting it. You're demanding it. Am I free to go or am I being detained? Am I free to go?
Did you want to talk to my supervisor?
Am I free to go or am I being detained?
Did you want to talk to my supervisor?
Can I ask a question before that? May I ask you a question? It's transparency, man. Transparency. This is your chance, man. Here it is. This is your chance to represent Knox County. Right here.
I don't work for Knox County.
Whoever, the police department in general across America, they obviously hate you for this right here. You're not being transparent. I'm trying to ask you a question, and you're being evasive. I don't have to. I'm a public citizen in the public. That's what you don't get, or you don't care. That's what you don't get, or you don't care that I'm a public, private citizen.
You are free to go.
No.
You are free to go.
If I'm free to go, then I'm free to stay. Am I right? Right or wrong?
Correct. You can
Okay.
sit right there all you want.
Exactly. Go tell them that.
I already told them that.
That I could stand right here?
Yes.
Then why are you out here trying to trespass me?
Because they don't want you on their property.
I don't care what they want.
Let me finish talking. Jeez. You keep asking me questions and you don't let me finish the answers.
You're so rude. No wonder America hates you guys.
America doesn't hate me.
Just
Nice
think-
try, though.
Have you seen the internet?
Oh, I've seen plenty of the internet. And I've seen
Well, it's
plenty-
50-50, but it should be 100. You should be on our side, but you're not. I should. See that right there? It would be my holder for my phone, but it was broken yesterday by, some employees. They didn't like me standing right here too.
You
So,
should have called us about that.
I mean,
We could have done with that then.
hey, so you can't do anything about it now, even though it's on video. There's nothing you can do, right? Gosh darn it, shucks. Only if we had a detective here. Figured that out. So there's nothing you can do about it. The assault charge that happened. Is it too long since it's just yesterday?
It's a misdemeanor offense that did not occur in my presence. You, however, can go get a warrant on that if you decide to.
That's all you had to say. Just looking for that other piece. I don't see it though. hanging out.
Okay. That's it?
That is it.
So you said that you asked for me, though.
Well, no, I think we've squashed that, right? You don't need my ID now, right?
I would still like to formally trespass.
Are you demanding it?
Business, yes.
What crime have I committed? Is he?
So hold on.
He's demanding my ID, though.
The call that we got was from the business.
Okay.
And I don't know because I just got here. Were you on their property?
I don't
or were
answer
you here?
questions.
Not today. Do what?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Then you're all free to leave.
Okay.
And you're free to leave.
Okay.
Right?
He already said that.
Do what?
He already said that to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you don't need me free.
Not now. I mean, and I didn't want him to, like, you know, if I walked up the street, like, call you and say he's running or,
Right.
you know, anything like that.
That's fine.
A second pair of eyes is always, you know, good.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, as long as you're freely moving up and down the sidewalk.
Yeah. And I can assure you, I have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
You're free to go.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can I ask one more question? I'm sorry. So to do a police report, after the fact, can I go downtown or can I just approach a police officer and then they can take the notes or anything? Well, how does that work?
What kind of report are you trying to make?
Well, I mean, like a police report, like a crime was committed.
Yeah.
Just say, like, not right here,
Right.
obviously. So we need to go file a police report. Does someone need to go to the police station, or can they just walk up to the first police officer they see and say, hey, I witnessed a crime.
I can do a report for you. That's no problem.
Okay.
So what kind of report can I make for you?
It'd be an assault charge and damage to property, I guess. I don't know how.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta have your ID for that, though, or at least your name.
You need to ID me to do a police report?
I gotta know who's making the report.
Well, can we at least get through the steps of, I guess, to figure out if it's an assault or not?
Sure, tell me what happened.
Right. Well, I'm standing actually right over there. There's a storm drain. Hopefully it's owned by the city. Hopefully they don't own that, which I'm not standing in it, but if I'm standing behind it. Well, I was here yesterday, not on their property, as he said, and they came out within just a few minutes, 2 of them. I got their names off the website, John Overton, and then...
You're talking about for Born This Way?
Yes, Born This Way, the tattoo place, which I'm talking about the place that called you guys. Well, within just a few minutes, one of them knocks the camera out of my hand. I have it in a holder so I can hold it, but it's broken.
Okay.
So, I mean, he smacked my hand and the camera, and it obviously these separated. This hit the ground, broke. Obviously, the phone slid, 10 feet, and then I went and picked it up. So, in your opinion, assault, or just should I just let that go, forget about it?
I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm going to tell you the facts. So
Okay.
what you just told me, it sounds like yes that you were assaulted if it actually hit your hand,
Oh yeah.
and then obviously a vandalism for breaking your telephone pole.
Okay.
But in order for me to make a report, I have to have your information so that I can put who the victim is. So then I'll go in and get their information and their side of the story.
Gotcha.
That's how the report works.
Okay.
So would you like for me to make that?
No, I was just looking for the information.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
information.
so then you have 2 options at this point. Because it's an assault, you would have to go to the police department and make that in person. We do have a phone number that you can call to make a report over the phone. They will not take assault reports over the phone.
Okay, so just go in.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. And then there they go. Let's go up here and view them from the street. Now. Is this public?
I want you to step right here.
It's a,
Because you're in,
whoa. I mean,
you're in
it's
the
our
road at
property.
this point, so step on.
Am I going to be arrested?
No, you're not going to be arrested. I want to educate you. Same thing that we were doing earlier.
Okay.
So with you standing there, that is standing in the roadway. That is an actual crime. And I wanted to come back here and tell you that. The sidewalk over there, that is fine. The sidewalk over there, that is fine. This is their property, though.
Well,
Okay?
makes sense. We gotta go.
That's why I asked you to come up here, because I want you out of the roadway.
Okay.
If you're on the sidewalk, nothing I can say to you. If you're in this and you're passing through, realistically, they don't want you on their property. Okay, this is their property. I asked you to come up here because I want to talk to you. If you're on that sidewalk, no issue. If you're on that sidewalk, no issue. If you're standing in the emergency lane of traffic, though, that is an issue. Okay, because the sidewalk is readily available on this side and on the other side of the road, even though there's construction. Okay?
Okay, is that why a jogger, they passed down here and they stopped and they cut through traffic to go down? I mean, what if somebody was running or had like a baby carriage that was coming down through here?
At this point, I'm not going to what if this. I'm educating you, because you moved up here. You are now in the lane of traffic. Okay? And that is a crime.
Okay.
All right? I just want to let you know that.
But I know, I'm just saying, like, what if I had like a baby carriage or something?
But you don't have a baby carriage.
I know, but what if I did?
It's not a what if question.
So
you don't have a baby carriage. You're standing in the roadway.
Right.
And that's why.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Deputy Van Arn from the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, stopping you for your speed a little bit fast.
The speed limit's 60. I was doing 60. My cruise control was set.
Yeah, we had you at 80. That car that we got pulled over right in
No,
front of
No, you
80
didn't.
miles an hour.
You didn't catch me at 80. You're a liar.
Well, can I get your
Don't
license,
call.
please, sir?
I need a legitimate. I need to see your radar or something that says you caught me at 80 when I was doing 60.
We're doing a speed operation out here. Okay, I don't have the laser gun on me. but-
You didn't clock me doing 80. You're a liar, bro. I just beat a case like this in court. You'll see me in court.
Okay, that's fine. Can I get your license?
Yeah, you'll get my license. Insurance should be in the glove box.
As well, I'm also recording, so you don't need to if you don't want to. But
No, I'm recording because you're a liar, dude. Your insurance should be in the glove box.
As well, I'm also recording, so you don't need to if you don't want to. But
No, I'm recording because you're a liar, dude. You just lied. Blatantly fucking lied, dude.
I am recording as well.
You're a goddamn liar. I hate liars, dude. You are a criminal. You're part of a criminal conspiracy to defraud citizens of their money. You're a criminal, dude.
And you still live out there on Lakewood?
That's none of your business where I live, dude. I gave you my ID. That's what it says, right? So that's all you. Don't worry about it. There's no questions. You're cutting me a ticket. Cut me a ticket.
Mr. Hicks, calm down.
No, dude. You illegally pulled me over. I don't need to calm down. You're violating my rights right now. It's a Fourth Amendment violation. You illegally pulled me over and then lied about my speed. Yes, it is. You can't stop someone for not breaking the law and say they broke the law. That's a crime, dude. You're a Go cut the ticket. So I'll see you in court.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Do you have a more current insurance card for me? This one expires. Actually, hold on a second. It's not April. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one. There you go. Do you have the registration?
Yeah, it's right here. Yep. You see all this on your shit, though.
Okay, just want to make sure. You know that you just had to carry it in your vehicle. I'll tell you what. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay?
Yep. I wasn't. My cruise control was set at 60. They do this to me all the time. This is what I keep telling you.
It was the noise of the car.
Yeah. They're These cops are I literally had my cruise control set at 60, and he said I was doing 80, but he doesn't have a radar. How the fuck can 80 miles an hour catch me doing 80 when you don't have a radar? You're right behind me, so you're clocking me. You can see I'm only doing 60 because cars are passing me.
When I looked at your speedometer, it was around 59.
Yeah, and the speed here is 60. This guy's a fucking liar.
Well, you don't have to be so rude, Cliff.
Yeah, I do. I don't like liars, dude. You can't just be a and say you're a cop and you're upholding the law while you.
That's kind of what that cop acted like yesterday.
They're fucking scumbags, dude. They break the law and then they say you're breaking the law.
Are these San Bernardino or LA cops?
They're LA County Sheriff. You're cutting me a ticket, cut me the. It's a Fourth Amendment violation, dude. You cannot just pull people over for no right. You have to have a legal reason to stop somebody in the United States.
That other car might have been doing 80, but you weren't.
The law is really clear on this, dude. You cannot just pull people over for no cause and just lie and say they're doing something.
Just wait.
It's a whole sack of dog shit, dude. This guy knows he's a
It's just a way to make money.
Yeah, well, they'll see me in court, dude. You can't just be pulling people over illegally for not breaking a law.
I bet you they're not going out the same way you are, but I bet you they're giving the cops.
Everybody here is getting a ticket for not breaking the law, probably.
Oh, that's a check right there.
I mean, I seen this dude come off the side street. He was right behind me.
Yeah,
He didn't see me doing 80 miles an hour.
Well, you weren't. How
I know, my cruise control was set at 60. The speed limit's 60.
Oh, wow.
Look at these guys. They're stopping people all over the street for nothing. No, they're not. Criminals! You guys are fuck.
He wasn't going 80 miles an
No.
hour. That maroon car.
No, they're stopping people for no reason right now. They're just stopping anybody and everybody. They're a bunch of fuck.
They're just doing what their boss tells them to do, Cliff.
We're their boss. They work for us. It says protect and serve on those vehicles. It doesn't say control and dominate. Look at these guys. Illegal U-turn. I want his ass ticketed. Those are all illegal U-turns. You can't just leave the shoulder and turn around like that.
He's going to ticket that car.
This bitch. You illegal U-turn. Here's another one. Illegal U-turn. Look it. They're all breaking the law while they're giving people tickets. Are you going to cite all these guys for illegal U-turn? Because they're all taking a turn from the shoulder over the double yellow. That's a violation of the law. That's a real one, not a lie like you made up my speed.
Mr. Hicks,
What do you want?
I do need to get your signature really fast.
Yeah, I know how to deal with this, dude. Just hand me the thing so I can sign it.
Well, I'm not going to hand you this order. I hold on to this while I get your signature.
Can I?
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is. For me.
Since when?
Since I hold on to it like this.
Yeah, criminal.
All right.
There you go. I need your name and badge number for the camera.
It's all on here.
No, that's not how it works, bro. The Badge Act of 1993 says you need your badge. You have to give your name and badge number.
Don't get yourself all worked up.
That's the Badge Act of 1993. Know the law before you try to uphold it.
Listen to me. Stop getting yourself all worked up.
No, I have a legal reason to be worked up. You just violated my Fourth Amendment right to move freely through the country.
Be quiet for a second.
I don't have to.
Is this your mom? I feel sorry
Yeah,
for her right
it's
now.
my First Amendment right to digress you however I see fit. So you don't get to tell me nothing.
Argue with me over all this, okay?
You broke the law, dude. I'll see you in court, and then I'll see you in a federal court after that.
That's fine too.
Give me my ticket.
You want my name and badge number first?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then relax and calm down. Slow yourself down.
No, you slow yourself down and just give the name and badge number. You're not my daddy. You don't talk to me like that. You're my employee.
Okay, here's this. My name's on there.
I need your name and badge number for the camera.
Have a great day, sir.
No,
Drive safe.
all right. Now, that's a constitutional violation. I need his car's number. I need the vehicle number off your vehicle because I'm turning you in for a constitutional violation. The Badge Act of 1993 says you have to name and ID.
My name's on there, but you're all worked up.
No,
over nothing.
you need to ID yourself, badge number and
My
name.
name is Van Ornum. My
2714.
Yeah.
Okay, it wouldn't have been that hard because you just violated the Badge Act by not doing it before I got out.
All you want to do is sit here and argue with me.
No, I want you to do your I don't want you to break the law and then tell me I'm breaking the law when you're doing it. Scumbag. You fucking piece of shit lowlife. Eat a dick.
This is what got the ticket sound. That's what got
I don't
the
give a
ticket.
fuck.
No, I'm just telling you. It wasn't because you were doing 80 miles an hour.
I know.
Didn't you just first get this? Didn't you just get this? I think that's where Larry used to work. Or some Grumman.
These motherfuckers, dude, thinking he didn't have to identify. I made him identify. Fuck that. Get away with that shit. I feel sorry for your mom. Fuck you. Stop, dude, or you'd be getting your ass kicked right now. Fuck. Breaking the law, violating my fuck. And then acting like he didn't violate my rights. Eat a dick.
Alright, shut up, please.
No, I'm talking to my...
Okay. I thought it was off.
No, it's not off. The rest of this trip, it won't be off.
Well, he knows that you turned right in the middle of the line.
gonna take that shit to court with me, the filmer.
I can see that on his face, the look on his face.
And I'm gonna tell the judge, I got a witness that seen I was only doing 60. My cruise control was set. You cannot say that they caught me doing 80.
You weren't even doing 60. You were doing about 59. Maybe 58.
Because I know the area.
But that
I go to
that
court
whole
over here
thing
all the
was
time
a
because of this bullshit.
that thing, that was a setup. You could tell it was a setup from coming off that
Yeah.
side street. He heard you coming and just pulled out behind you.
Yeah, he pulled out behind me, but I wasn't speeding. He was behind me for a long ass time, trying to clock me going faster than 60, but he couldn't.
Well, how does that prove that? I mean, how does this thing prove that?
No, this proves he's a liar because I told him he was a liar to his face, and he wouldn't say he wasn't. He said, "Oh, I don't have it on radar." Well, if you don't have it on radar, how did you clock me doing 80 when you were behind me and I was only doing 60? How is that possible?
They're gonna get him. They're gonna get him. Watch.
Come back. I'll fuck.
Did he turn around?
Nope.
Did he blink in his light? Maybe they're gonna go.
They'll run away now. That cop told him, oh, we got an angry guy. Like I told him, you're gonna see me in a federal court, dude. And you are. I'm gonna fucking take this all the way.
Well, you could also sue the sheriff department.
Yeah. They violated my Fourth Amendment rights. I didn't break any laws. You can't just stop me for not breaking the law and say I broke the law. That's not how this works. Oh, I'm recording, so you don't have to. Fuck you. I have to record because you're a criminal and your fucking video goes up missing. Mine don't.
Had his services right over here somewhere. Good morning.
I told you I don't have to be breaking the law for them to pull me over, and now you've seen it yourself.
Well, why are you yelling at me?
I'm not. I just want you to understand. I never lied to you about this. They keep pulling me over saying I'm going 20 miles an hour
It's
faster
because of
than
the
I am.
sound and the do something about the
No. The sound of my car has no bearing on my actual speed. You can't say I'm doing something that I'm not doing because my engine's louder than you like.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Clifton. What I'm saying to you is that if they don't hear the sound, they don't look at your car.
No.
You could go 90 miles an hour in the slow lane, and usually they don't even notice you. They notice all these other lanes.
It just makes me mad that I got over in my left lane to go around a cop, and then the other cop pulls me over when I didn't break a single law. I used my signal. I followed the law completely.
Yeah, I know you
I'm going to
did.
subpoena this vehicle footage and all the vehicle footage from all the shit they're doing out here. That's all there is to it.
Well, can't he sue you for derogatory?
No. The First Amendment protects your right to digress your government any way you see fit, as long as you don't threaten to assault anybody. So I can tell him to eat my asshole, whatever I want, as long as I don't say I'm gonna fuck you up, pig.
I thought you did.
No, I said he's a piece of shit. He could suck my dick. I told him he could lick my balls. I said a lot of shit to him, but nothing that was
I've been to
illegal.
that.
That's the courthouse I was at just the other day.
I've been to that courthouse with one of my friends. She got a ticket out here.
Like I told him, I'll see him in court. That's where I'll see him if he shows up. He won't show up to my court case though. He'll mark it down angry and threatening suing. And then they won't come to court, so the case will just be dropped. And if the case is dropped, it's less likely for him to get sued. That's what they do.
Well, I don't know that.
I do, because I have this happen all the time. This is my 5th ticket in a year for fucking the speed limit.
You never did get the.
Everything is taken care of.
You never did get that point taken off your.
Yeah, I did. There's no point on my record.
You said that.
I called the DMV. They say they can't see a point on my record. They
You
don't.
said you had to show it to.
I have to get a copy and take it to the fucking insurance company. But that's it. Everything on my actual record is not. That shit's not on my record.
That car's going fast.
I mean, it's crazy. I rev my engine just so that pig would when we're leaving.
I don't know, but it just makes me nervous as hell. You're yelling and screaming and crap.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is he might have thought that upset me, and yes, that did upset me. But you know what? I knew you were right.
Yeah. I feel sorry for your mom. I feel sorry for you. You.
Well, I'm glad he felt sorry for me at least.
He didn't. He just said that to act like a douchebag to try to make me not digress him. You know, but I'll talk down to him. He's a piece of shit out there stealing from people. Out there trying to rob people for their money.
Did you notice though that he had the same calm as that guy did yesterday?
Yeah,
They
because
just
they're
didn't care.
because they know they can break the law
Vigilantes.
and no one's going to hold them accountable.
That makes them vigilantes.
Yes, but he's found someone that's not going to tolerate that. I'm going to court with him, and he can eat my asshole.
Interfering with us, and we're going to bring you in. That's it.
How is that interfering?
Because we're investigating a
Trying to
complaint.
investigate this complaint that happened, right?
Okay.
So we get called here. We need to identify people and make sure nothing happened. Okay.
But there's no crime committed. I don't want to be rude or anything like that, but he should be the one to be talked to first.
Okay.
Because I did nothing.
Okay.
I shouldn't.
And we intend to go talk
We
to him.
are
However,
fully-
you were out
yes.
here, and you started talking with us about what
Well,
happened.
you guys came up to me and I said hi, so.
Do you want to go talk to the...
Yeah, I can.
I'll stay with
Mark, we'll be
here.
right back. Okay.
Yep.
We'll get your name and your
I don't. That whatever. If he doesn't know it, but
It's just for the report.
But-
Nobody
but
said you did anything wrong. Based on what you're
my
telling us,
law-
nothing happened. Right?
by law though, I'm on public property right now too, and even if I was inside, there's no reasonable or articulable suspicion of a crime. I do not need to identify. This is not identifiable
Because
state.
This is a police investigation.
That
you
doesn't
were
matter.
involved in.
I can pull up the case law right now if you want.
I mean, you're wrong.
No, I'm not actually.
You are.
No, I'm
So
not.
it doesn't really matter. You have to identify yourself if you're involved in something.
No, not
If you don't,
if I committed a crime. If I committed a crime, it's not interfering if I didn't do anything physical.
That's not correct.
That's
not-
true.
No, it's not. I've been doing this job long enough. I know when you have to identify yourself and when you don't. If you were some random person walking down the sidewalk...
And I said my name is Mark. That's all you need to know.
No, it's not. We need your name and your date of birth.
No,
can
no,
put
you
it
don't.
In the report. Yes, you were involved in some sort of argument.
Nope. That's not true.
Okay. You know
I'm
how to
not
do my
tr-
job better than I do, right?
Oh, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just going on my
Well,
constitutional
this is being
rights.
unnecessary.
No, this is my
This is being
This is my constitutional rights,
No,
though.
it's not. You
Yes,
have
it
to
is.
identify yourself if you're part of an incident. Go ahead, pull up whatever you think it is, but you're wrong.
No. See, I'm chill. That's the thing. See, I don't even know what happened either. I was up there and I asked if it's wet, and I walked, and then he started getting all upset at me. So, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Yourself is part of the problem that we're here investigating.
No,
That's
I
why you
didn't.
have to
I came
identify
downstairs. No. I came downstairs and standed out here by myself, not bothering no one. You know what I mean? So.
I didn't say you were causing
No, I know. I'm saying I just got out of the situation because I didn't want a situation. Because it's not
You're
right.
making a situation of something that could have already been resolved. You could have already been on your way.
I mean, I could be going my way anyways. It doesn't. I didn't do anything wrong.
No, because you're here as part of an investigation.
But I didn't break the law.
Again, I'm not saying you are. We have to talk to both parties, get everybody's information. He called for whatever reason. If we have additional
Well,
questions,
that's on
we
him
ask
then. That's on him.
you. Correct, but you were part of it.
But I didn't do nothing.
Says you. People don't call the cops for nothing. Obviously, something happened between you guys. He got pissed off enough or whatever to call us, right or wrong?
I guess. I don't know why he would call
We're here
because.
now, so what are we doing? We're investigating whatever did or didn't happen,
Yeah, but
right? It
I
sounds
didn't
like
do
it's
nothing.
totally minor. Nothing really.
It's
minor
totally
argument.
my. It was
It's
literally
not-
just
it's
arguing,
to argue, right?
and him
However-
calling me names and stuff, and I walking
if you
outside.
argue and you call us, we have to document that we came out, and we have to document who we talked to, and that is why we need your name. That is why.
Okay. Is there a supervisor available, please?
For what?
Do you have your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Eldridge. My badge number is 510.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't want to be rude. I'm just going because I know my rights. That's all.
Well, what you think you know is not how it works. Your rights, you're correct, and if you were some random person not involved in this, you don't have to give us your name. That is correct. However, you're involved in some sort of incident that we're investigating. Therefore, you need to provide your name. That's how it works. Otherwise, it's you interfering with our investigation.
Interference is a physical act.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. I'm not going to stop my
I'm
race.
not going to argue with you.
I'm not trying to argue.
You don't know the law.
Why you yell? I'm sorry. Please don't yell at me. I'm not yelling.
Because I'm trying to be so patient with you, and you're not providing your name. The next step is you're just going to come in with us if you're refusing to identify yourself. That's how it works.
Are you? You're a corporal. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I seen the stripe. That's why at first.
To identify himself.
We'll identify him.
I'm going to go with Rosso.
No, he called and I came down and I didn't commit a crime. That's why. But if you need,
I need you to listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna play any games. You keep that phone on all you want. I got this.
No, I know. It's fine.
Listen.
That's the only reason I'm doing
it. If
it.
you don't identify yourself, you're going to jail.
Okay, Mark Highland.
So are we going there? Are we
Mark
going in the
Highland.
car? Are we going in it? I need ID. Where is it?
Okay, I'm getting my ID under threat of arrest.
Stand over here so that thing doesn't fall on us.
Yeah, I'm getting my ID on threat of arrest.
Thank you.
Well, I got to put it on there just in case.
Whatever you got to do, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. See, that's all we have to do is just identify people.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't do nothing wrong, so that's fine by me.
They gotta investigate that.
I know, but I know the laws, and literally, you have to commit a crime.
Law, and then you can learn that law if you'd like.
Oh, I have.
This law.
I know it.
Okay.
I know the First Amendment. You know all 5 points of the First Amendment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
It's okay. No, I want you. I mean, I know everything's good, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't want an argument with no one. I'm just. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. You got my license. You're welcome. Ay, Dios. It's no bueno, man. This is cop car 19 and 26. Yeah, I gave my ID.
That was hard.
It wasn't hard. I just wanted to make sure because, you know what I mean? I mean, I know my rights, so it's like I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And then I seen that, you know, I thought he was a captain or a sergeant or whatever you want to call it, supervisor. So, you know.
Oh.
And plus, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I don't want to go to jail, so it's like, well,
You already elevated it for no reason.
Well, I'm gonna.
So I hope you understand that in the future, if you're involved in something that we're investigating, you have to provide your name. It's just so much easier off the bat to do that. Okay?
Okay. Well, after this is resolved, then yeah, I'll figure everything out. Did he give ID too?
Yes.
Okay.
You have warrants or something?
No.
Why didn't you want to give me your name?
Because my rights. If you didn't arrest, you know, reasonable, articulable suspicion. But if I'm not in the middle of a crime or committing or about to commit a crime,
You're missing the part where you have to give your name and date of birth to the police.
you don't have to just because.
Yes,
if
you
a
do.
cop asks you to give your ID,
Yes, you do.
Yes,
no, you don't.
That's the law. You can look it up on your phone.
If a cop comes up to me and says I have to give ID, I have to give ID. That's what you're saying?
Is investigating an incident, and they say that you're involved. And you told us you were involved. That was your words, not ours. You said you were involved.
Oh, because I said yeah, because he started
arguing,
with
right?
me, yeah.
So that's why we got called here.
Uh-huh.
Then you have to give your name and ID.
Okay, I'll look that up then. Okay. No, I'll give you guys the benefit of
Because I
that,
don't
definitely.
want you to be yelling at police officers, and if he's
Oh, I'm not yelling.
and he's like freaking out, and he like body slams you or something like that on the ground, like we don't want any of that. I want you to be as safe as possible.
Yeah.
The best thing for that is you to know your rights exactly. Okay, so make sure you look into that. All right.
Oh, I do it all the time. That's why.
Okay. Because you don't want to arrest people for nothing when you no warrants or anything like that.
Exactly. And I know I don't because I had one from like 9 years ago, about like 2 years ago, and I had to go to Hartford, and they dismissed it because it was nothing. You know what I mean? Because of him.
I'm just doing it in a heartbeat because I'm not going to sit out here and hold it.
Thank you. See, everything's good, right?
That's it.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. You good? Do you need anything? Do you need any protection from
Nah.
him? Are you worried about him hurting you in any way?
He does get a little crazy sometimes. Like, I feel sometimes going into the kitchen, like I get scared.
But
You know what? I don't.
You can separate yourself.
We're both upstairs right now, and I'm allowed to live here, and they said I'm allowed to live here.
I give it to you.
So I'm, like, really disabled. I have 2 years, and I'm coach security and all that stuff, right? So he's so I'm gonna.
You have like a room that you can go in that he has no access to.
Well,
Your
that would be
apartment,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have separate apartments. Yeah, we just have a common living area. That's all.
Okay. So I ask that in terms of just keeping you safe. Okay.
Mhm.
As long as you have some place you can go, you can lock the door and be away from him.
That's what
I feel comfortable leaving here without, making
Yeah.
people leave and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, there ain't gonna be no problems.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually in my room like 90% of the day playing games. You know what I mean? Because I'm disabled, man.
All right. Well, just have a good rest of your day.
And I'm sorry if, you know what I mean, if, it took me a little bit to give ID. It was more or less, I was just kind of holding on my rights just to be safe. And then I was like, you know what, it's not worth it.
That's fine.
I just want to get it over with. All right, thank you. What's your badge name and badge number real quick? Just.
371.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Take care. Be safe. Seriously. Take care. All right. Well, that was that interaction. I'm going to be uploading this to the Constitution State so everything gets resolved, because that is not fair at all. I have good people here that take care of me, and yeah, that was not cool.
Let me radio in my traffic to make sure. Like I said, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good. My name is Officer Weaver, McKee Police Department.
Okay, what's your badge number?
My badge number was 304. What's your name, please?
I don't answer questions. You ran my plate already.
I did not run your plate.
Okay, you can run the plate.
Yeah, I know I can run your plate because I have a legal right to do so.
Is this a traffic stop?
This is, I'm conducting an investigation.
Okay, so I don't need to answer your questions.
Well, if you hinder my investigation, you can be cited for that.
Okay.
Okay? That's the way that it is in Kentucky. When I went through the academy, that's the way that I was trained, is that if I'm conducting an investigation, I have the right to temporarily detain you.
Okay, what's your investigation?
My investigation was that there was an approximate 12-year-old juvenile running around this specific area naked. That's a very serious complaint. Okay? It's not just a, hey, how are you, why are you here? This is a very serious complaint.
Gotcha. Who made the complaint?
I received that call in public service, and I do not have to tell you that.
Okay, so call the complainant and figure out, where this child went. We have nothing to do with that.
Okay. All right. Do you have your identification on you?
No, sir. I don't need to identify myself.
You don't have to identify yourself?
No.
Okay.
You have reasonable articulate suspicion that I've committed a crime?
I do not think
Okay.
that you have committed a crime.
You have a body camera?
I have my body camera on.
Okay, very
this
good.
time, so
Gotcha.
it's recording.
And do you have an incident number for this? Or a CAD number or anything like that?
Dispatch will have a CAD number because I just radioed it
Gotcha.
in.
So this is not a traffic stop. You're just doing an investigation, right?
I am conducting an investigation in reference to the safety of a juvenile, which
Gotcha.
is a
Okay.
very serious charge.
Okay,
or
so
complaint.
I'm not obstructing you in any way. You can go ahead and do your investigation, but I'm not answering any questions.
You are obstructing my
Gotcha.
investigation
Okay.
by not answering any questions.
No, that's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
No.
Where did you get your degree? Are you an attorney?
I
Or
don't
are
an-
you a citizen?
I don't answer any questions.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I am not trying to be difficult with you.
Okay.
I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation. From what I understand, the way that I was trained at the DLCJT Academy in Richmond was that I have the right to detain you temporarily to conduct an investigation. You're
okay.
refusing to answer my questions, which means you are hindering my investigation.
That's not how it works.
Okay. So, are you the authority on the rules? I'm not. I'm just trying to follow them the best I was trained.
Okay.
Did you create the rules, or?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
I suspect. Since I don't have to interrogate you, and I don't have to read you your rights because we're just talking. You're not under arrest. I think that you are being very suspicious in the sense that you do not want to identify yourself. You're creating a certain amount of suspicion about yourself.
Is suspicious a misdemeanor or a felony?
No, that is not a crime.
Okay.
You're not committing a crime.
Am I being detained right now?
You are being detained.
Okay.
That's right. So I can conduct
For
an
what
investigation.
crime am I being detained?
You do not have to be committing a crime to be detained. I'm
Okay.
conducting an investigation. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying to you. I mean, I said you haven't committed a crime.
Okay.
I said, but I'm conducting an investigation.
Okay, so do your investigation.
May I have your name and your identification?
No, sir.
Okay. May I have the child's name? and
No,
identification?
those are my kids and they're minors.
Okay. All right. Okay, and so you're refusing to answer my questions.
Yes.
Okay. So if I write you a ticket for hindering my investigation,
You'll be violating my civil rights and you'll be in civil litigation.
okay, for doing what?
Am I being detained?
You're being detained
Okay.
because I'm conducting an investigation.
I'm requesting your supervisor now.
If he is still around, I'll be more than glad to get him for you. I'll tell you what, I'll try to call him on the phone to help.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to speak on the phone.
Okay.
Why don't you tell dispatch to call the complainant, see if they can get a description or whatever the case
Well,
may be
let's
to
be
help you
very
in your
clear.
investigation.
Sir, I'm the police. Are you a police officer?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. I'm a police officer. I have the authority over this investigation. Okay? I have the authority.
Why are you harassing me right now?
Can you please define harassment?
You're harassing me right now.
No, I don't meet the criteria. Just like you haven't committed a crime. So I'm not charging you with a crime.
Okay.
You're saying that I'm harassing you, but I have not committed the act of harassment. I'm simply conducting an investigation. I mean you no harm. I mean you no discomfort. And I am certainly not going to violate any of your civil rights. Okay? All I'm doing is conducting an investigation. What I would like to know is if your children, however many you have in your vehicle, have been running around.
And I answered that when you first pulled up. I said I know nothing about that.
Okay. You said you know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Was that? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to run your license plate.
You could do that. That's public information.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not harassing you. I'm simply conducting an investigation. I don't want to violate your rights. I have rights, you have rights.
Okay.
And I don't want to infringe upon those.
And if you violate my rights, you lose your qualified immunity.
Okay. That's totally fine.
That's fine? Okay.
That would be fine if I violate your rights, but I'm not violating your rights. So I don't have anything to worry about because I don't intend to do that.
No problem.
So
I appreciate that. Yeah. Sir, am I being detained?
Yes, you are still being detained. I'm trying to get the information back on your license plate. I have no way of identifying you at this time because you were refusing to answer my questions, which is hindering my investigation. And since you asked for my supervisor, I'm going to try to get him down here so that maybe he can assist you further in any questions that you may have, so that we don't violate your rights.
I don't have any questions.
Okay.
But if you're detaining me, then yes, I'm requesting a supervisor. If I'm free to go, then I'm free to go.
You're being detained until I can finish my investigation.
Okay. For what crime again?
I've told you several times, I'm not charging you for a crime. I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation to see if a crime has been committed. Therefore, I have a right under Kentucky revised statute to temporarily detain you on conducting my investigation. You're refusing to identify yourself, so you are hindering.
That's because I don't have to. I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. Hello? I have a gentleman here who's refusing to answer any of my questions. He's refusing to identify himself. He's parked here at the extension office in the same vicinity that I received the complaint. So he's just refusing to. The vehicle's running. I don't know if it's in gear or not, but has operational control of the vehicle, and he's refusing to identify himself or anyone else in the vehicle. And like I said, I'm not trying to violate his rights. I'm just simply trying to conduct an investigation because since you're chief deputy, I'm aware of that. Yeah. Yeah, I should have a little backup here in just a second. So we'll get to that and make sure that we stay within his rights. But I was pretty sure that he has to identify himself, or otherwise he's hindering my investigation, like I've plainly stated. Okay. Yeah. No, not yet. I was talking to you. I think that dispatch tried to. I was talking to you. You're chief deputy, so. Oh yeah. Absolutely, and like I said, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you. That was our chief deputy here with Jackson County Sheriff's Office. He was concerned about my call.
Well, what's his name?
His name is Deputy Daniel Isaacs.
Okay.
Yeah, he was concerned about the nature of the call and what's going on. Like I said, I don't want to violate your rights, but at all, and I'm not going to violate your rights. But I do have the right to conduct an investigation.
Okay, yes,
you're refusing to cooperate, and
I don't work for you guys. I don't need to help you in your investigation.
Well, you don't work for me. That much is clear because I don't know you. If I did know you, I would know your name and that kind of thing. But so, are you aware that in the state of Kentucky, if you're in operational control of this vehicle, and an officer asks you to identify yourself, you're required to do that?
In a traffic stop. Is this a traffic stop?
Well, it's an investigation. You have operational control of this vehicle.
Okay.
I need to know that you legally have the right to.
You already ran the plate.
I didn't get the information back.
Okay. Well, this is not a traffic stop.
I am, however, conducting an investigation. You're in operational control of that vehicle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I came to you professionally.
You
and you're refusing.
You're gonna jam yourself up. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay.
We were all good until you got here. We were having a splendid day, brother.
Okay. So
Don't violate my rights.
So
I'm telling you.
So by asking you some questions, I've
No, absolutely not. You can ask, but I can refuse. Unless you suspect me of committing a crime, I don't need to identify myself.
Well, I tell you what, since you're not under arrest, and I'm going to do everything that I can to treat you as fairly as possible, but if you put yourself in my shoes and you were a police officer and I refuse to identify yourself with a juvenile in the car.
That's actually good that you guys have body cameras. For a small department like yours, I'm glad you guys have body cameras.
Do you know why we have body cameras?
I don't know why, but it's good for transparency.
That's exactly right. I'm trying to be transparent with you.
Okay. Do you have a CAD number for this?
I will have.
Okay.
Yep. See, I'm not at my mobile computer because I'm conducting this investigation, and just given the nature of what we have, I'm not going to step away from my vehicle. You've created a certain amount of suspicion and uneasiness with me trying to conduct
So
my
how can I quell your suspicions?
You can identify yourself.
Okay. Do you suspect me of committing a crime, Officer Weaver? It's a yes or no question.
I suspect that reasonable suspicion is letting me know that there's a juvenile in your car that I can plainly see. That's plain view. Okay. I know that I got a call about a juvenile running around naked.
Okay. Did you observe any of these children running around naked?
Well, I don't know how many children you have. May I see?
Yeah. Why not? You can look in.
Just two in here. Is there any in the back seat?
No, sir.
In the very back?
That's
okay.
it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And quite frankly, if you look at their faces, you're scaring them.
Okay. What am I doing to scare them?
You're harassing me, their father.
Can you please define the word harass, please? I'm not causing an alarm, a disturbance, or an annoyance. I'm simply conducting an investigation.
Yeah.
Because I'm a police officer.
Okay.
That is my job. So how can I be harassing you if I'm simply doing my job?
Gotcha. So I'm not obstructing you from doing your job. You can do your investigation.
By refusing to identify yourself.
I'm not identifying myself. I haven't committed a crime.
Okay.
This is not Nazi Germany.
Do what now?
It's not Nazi Germany.
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm not. And I'm not forcing you to. I'm just simply trying to keep you within the scope of my investigation.
There's no reason why you should be afraid of me either, like you said. No.
I said suspicious, not scared.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
please
have,
be careful.
You have your backup right here. There's absolutely no reason why.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any weapons in the car?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I didn't have to answer that either. But
right.
As a courtesy, I don't have any weapons.
Like I said,
in the car.
this is a give and take. I'm not trying to hinder you. What I mean is my sidearm is very visible. It's right here on my side. This is the only weapon that I have, and it's on my side. Okay. So I would just like to know, for my safety and yours, if you have any weapons in the car. I'm going to go speak with this other unit here. I thought he was going to get out. I'm going to go speak with him briefly. If you could just kind of remain as you are.
Did they give you a description of the child running around, or?
Just that the juvenile was approximately around the age of possibly 11 to 12, but could be younger. So, yeah. You can see my concern. Because there's grave danger. They could exist. If something were to be wrong with this situation, like say with you and your kids, if you were having some type of issue, or if your child was having an issue, and it were to jump out and run out in front, that's just very dangerous. That's why I'm conducting an investigation. I take those things very seriously when it comes to children. Okay. I'm gonna go speak with this other unit real quick.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay, so I have spoke with Deputy Bobby Edwards with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and I conferred with him and asked him, you know, I don't want to violate your rights. I am conducting an investigation, okay? And I feel like I do have reasonable suspicion that something could be amiss here, okay? But
like what?
But you have 2 juveniles in your car,
Okay.
in the area that the complaint was called
I've
out.
already
Yeah.
clarified that these are my children.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're scaring them.
Well, you know, the only thing that I know to tell you is something I learned a long time ago. I can't provide security, which is part of being a police officer, without some form of, what was the word? Without a little bit of discomfort. That just comes with the nature of this. And I don't mean it. I really don't. I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation. But from after speaking with Deputy Edwards and gaining some wisdom from him, okay, I'm not going to step on your rights. And I do not think at this time, okay, from what the sum of everything that I've gathered, I do not think that you've committed a crime, okay? And I don't want to overstep my bounds as an officer by trying to force you to do something, or try to force you to do something that is in direct violation of your rights. I have rights, you have rights. That's the way that I police. I want to be fair. Firm but fair within the law. And at this time, after speaking with Deputy Edwards, I do not feel like that I have enough evidence or probable cause to make you or try to force you to identify yourself, okay? And so with that, I'm going to leave you. I don't know your name, and that's all right. I don't think that you've committed a crime, and I do apologize for inconvenience. That's what the word I was looking for. Sometimes you can't provide security without inconvenience, and that is a part of my job. So, like I said, have a good day, and I apologize for your inconvenience. But I am going to be leaving, and like I said, I don't think that at this time I have probable cause to think that you have committed a crime. So, therefore, I'm terminating my investigation. Okay?
Yeah. I need a CAD number. Can you write it down for me, please?
You can call Jackson County Dispatch 911 and let them know that you were just stopped by Officer Weaver at the Jackson County Extension Office.
Now that's an emergency line.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a?
I do. I have a regular landline if you'd like that. It's 606-287-9979.
Okay.
Okay. As a courtesy to you, if you give me just a second, if dispatch has a CAD up and running at this time, I'll get that for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's a CAD number for my investigation.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for watching until the end of this video on Mr. White's channel. As we wrap up 4 encounters from Knoxville, Los Angeles, Hartford County, and McKee, Kentucky, one truth becomes unmistakably clear. Civil rights are not negotiable, and legal knowledge is the final barrier between personal freedom and abuse of authority. Whether it's being asked for ID just for standing near a tattoo shop, being pulled over with no proof of speeding, being pressured to provide information in a neighborly dispute, or being detained over a vague report about a child. All of these illustrate how fragile the line is between lawful investigation and constitutional violation. From remaining silent, refusing to answer, requesting a supervisor, to recording the entire interaction, every action taken by the citizens in these videos sends a powerful message. Know your rights to protect yourself. No one is obligated to surrender their identity without a legal reason, and no one should fear demanding respect. These are not just videos of confrontation, they are real life lessons. A warning that if you don't know your rights, you can lose them in a matter of minutes. Don't let that happen to you. Share this video to help those around you better understand ID refusal. And don't forget to subscribe to Mr. White's channel to keep up with real legal situations, where justice begins with awareness and